Good morning. It is the 18th of August. This is our weekly E3 market report. Exports have just come out. Let's go straight to those right now. Very big number in cotton. I can see right now a number of 205,000 running bales. That's got a breakdown of Vietnam with 59,300 running bales, Malaysia with 29,500, Indonesia with 27,300, and it goes further. Turkey 21,200, Pakistan with 20,300, and let's see what else we've got. Let's look at the reaction. Cotton market was up 90, which was surprising going into this export figure. Anticipation was for good exports. I don't think it was considered to be quite this figure. We were up 90 just before the report. Now we're up 106, 69.87. We did get above 70 with this report. We got to 70.03. So we'll see if we can hold that or get back up above it. Soybeans, old crop, and of course this is dwindling, is 177,900. And China, and we've got some cancellations as we roll forward. Let's go ahead and look at the new crop. New crop, 1,597,900 metric tons, primarily unknown destinations, which most probably just rolling forward. China took 694,200. Taiwan took 34,000. And reaction, soybeans before this report were down 9. Right now they're down 10 at 10.06. Corn, a sale in old crop, again, it's going to be small, 167,400. Let's go ahead and look at the new crop. New crop was 1,042,700. Mexico took 425,200. Unknown destinations of a roll of 269,300. And Japan 152,400. Now, corn, just before this report, was unchanged. Right now, corn is down 1 at 338 3/4. That is the low of the day. Wheat, the wheat number, 489,500. That's down 19% from the previous week, but up 2% from the 4-week average. Brazil took 92,100 metric tons. Taiwan took 65,600. And Mexico took 55,800. Wheat just before the report was down 1.5. Right now, September wheat's down 2. So across the board, soybeans, corn, and wheat all have softened up some with this report. Let's look at the crop report that came out, or the crop progress report, rather, that came out Monday. We've got in cotton, good to excellent, 48%, which was unchanged from the previous week. Looking at Texas, Texas was 39%, which is unchanged from the previous week. So we're not really seeing any improvement in that crop yet. Perhaps this next Monday's number might show that with some of the scattered rain they got, although not widespread. Perhaps that shows up next week. Setting bolls is 88%. The average for this time of the year is 83%. Bolls open, 12%, versus the average this time of the year is 10%. Soybeans, let's look at beans. Good to excellent, 72%. That's unchanged from the previous week. Blooming at 95%, slightly ahead of schedule. Setting pods at 80%, that's ahead of schedule. Corn in good to excellent was unchanged at 74%. And everything looks normal to a little ahead of schedule in other categories for corn. Wheat, winter wheat's pretty much harvested. Spring wheat, good to excellent category, 66%. That slipped from the previous week of 68%. Let's talk about the markets we follow. Let's talk about what we anticipate these markets might do, and we really have to first go to seasonals. We've talked about this over time before, and that is the seasonal nature for these markets to make certain lows and certain highs certain times of the year, which do reflect fundamentals and stages of the crop. And starting with cotton, the typical, there's usually a bounce that takes place in all these markets that takes place anywhere from late July to the first part of August. It starts a move up, and it carries into the latter part of August, perhaps even the first part of September. That's the general trend, and we're in a phase right now where we're seeing a bounce in these markets, and so we want to look at the seasonals in anticipation of what might happen next. Go to cotton first. The seasonal is usually late August, first part of September, and then market will roll over after that bounce and sell off. Actually, the low of the year seasonally is usually right at the 1st of December. So what does that mean right now? Cotton is at 69.66. Of course, it got up towards 78 here a couple of weeks ago. This market might not be able to hit that level again, but on this bounce that could take us in here for another 2 weeks perhaps, we could see the market get up toward the 72 to 73 level. That's the first level. And then if the market really has started to recover, we might even see it back towards 75 to 76. So if there's an opportunity to see those levels during this seasonal bounce period, it would be an opportunity for farmers to look to do some booking of cotton, some forward contracting, some hedging, whatever you use to manage your risk. It would be a time to do that. And ultimately, toward the 1st of December, it's even possible to get back down towards 65 to 67. So there's definitely some opportunity on this bounce to be looking to do some selling. Let's go to soybeans. Seasonal high for soybeans on this, or at least the bounce typically begins around the late July, first part of August. There's usually a high made somewhere late August, first part of September. And then the market rolls over, and this is true with soybeans and corn. The low of the year normally comes in around the first part of October. The anticipated high we could see with November soybeans right now at 10.05. We could see this market move up into the area of 10.40, maybe even 10.60, and then expect that market to roll back over again, and we might even test the 9.20, 9.25 level after that. Some people had talked about $9 at one point. The demand is really the thing right now for soybeans and corn, especially for soybeans. That's really the thing to watch in these markets. Corn seasonal, very similar to soybeans. We're looking for this market to bounce up into late August, first part of September, and then roll over again for a month or maybe even a little bit more than that. Could see December corn right now that's trading at 339, get as high as 350 to 360 during this bounce period, and then maybe see it roll back over and retest what's been talked about, $3 to 310. Wheat, the seasonal there is somewhat similar. A high coming in late August, and then it sells back off toward the first part of September. Looking for maybe now with September wheat at 424, a high as 440 there, and then the market could roll back over and retest the $4 level. So that's really it. Just some thoughts on where the market is and what the opportunities might be. Let's look at these markets one last time. The cotton market's up anywhere from 92 to 95. That puts it at 69.72 to 69.75 with a high of 70.03. Be important for that market to get back up above 70 and close up above it to be able to see more selling coming back into the market. Let's look at the soybeans down 11. That's 2 cents lower than it was before the exports came out. That puts it at 10.05. The low overnight was 10.01.5. Corn is down a half. It was unchanged, so not a lot of reaction there. Wheat's down 2. It was down 1.5, so a small negative reaction there. Looking around the board to see if anything else stands out. That's pretty much it. Not much happening. The dollar is down 24. So that's it. Thanks for being with us for this edition of the E3 Weekly Market Report, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you.